Good evening, everyone. First of all, a big smile for Paul. Thank you for the super chat, Paul. It has put a smile on my face. I can buy some coffee now. How is everyone? John Rowley, Ivy Burks, hi guys. Banjo Paul, I've already said. Helen Murray, Rob, Jill, hi Jill. Margaret. We've got a little bit of housekeeping to do today. I have to announce the winner of the March Fan of the Month quiz, who wins a copy of the latest Elvis book. Okay. Some people said they didn't like the cover. Other people says they thought it was a bit funky. So there you go. Hi Ruth from Memphis, Tennessee. How is Memphis today? Chris Burris, Steve, first timer. Well, you're welcome to the show, Chris, and welcome to your channel. Your channel, not my channel. It's not my Elvis channel. It's your channel. Okay, just want to get that across. And Chris, as seen as you're a newbie, okay, what I'm going to say is, you see at the top there, it says subscribe. Click the little bell, and then you'll be notified every time I go live or post a new video. And speaking of which, there is a new video in about 3/4 of an hour. Okay, it's a brand new video. I try and get a video out every Wednesday so that I can come on here on a Wednesday evening, Wednesday afternoon, and tell you that I'm going to be posting a new video. Liddell Morris, this is my first time only. Wow, we've got a lot of first timers. So as I say, don't forget, subscribe, click the bell. Okay, alrighty. I'm not expecting any special treatment. The questions in advance of the quiz. I'll see what I can do, Paul. Obviously, it's not tonight. it's Sunday, and I think we have another theme night. I'm just wondering what the theme is. Could it be B-sides? Could it be 50 B-sides? I'll let you know. I can't find it. Yeah. I've done them in advance. Oh, here we are. Okay. April the 4th. Yes, the theme is 50s B-sides. Okay, I'll give you a quick look at the questions. Okay, yeah. So, there you go. Brush up on your 50s B-sides. Okay. Did you hear somebody brought Elvis's guitar? Yes, that's correct. George Clooney, 17, stayed across from the Graceland. Lou Dane says, welcome first timers. Yes. And spread the word. If you first timers, if you know of any other Elvis fans that might be interested in this sort of thing, interacting with other fans, doing a quiz, doing or listening out for my song of the week that I do every Sunday as well. Let the fans know the area is not safe when you visit. Okay, fair enough. Arkansas Dave says Danny B-side. Is Danny B-side in the building yet? I must admit I haven't seen Danny B-side. There's Connie. Hello, Connie. Yeah, now speaking of the song of the week, I posted a poll on this channel yesterday just for fun to see how it was received. And the question was, what was your favourite song of the week for March? So we had the 7th of March, 14th of March, 21st of March, and 28th. The 7th was Any Way You Want Me in 1956. The 14th was Never Been to Spain, 1972. The 21st was Find Out What's Happening, 1973. And again, 1973, Thinking About You. That was on the 28th. And I had a little peep at the poll about roughly half an hour ago, Thanks, Dave. Yeah, click subscribe and share and all that malarkey as well. And I can tell you, I'll give you them in reverse order. Coming in fourth with 6% was Find Out What's Happening, 1973. Third with 18% was Thinking About You. And in second place, a drum roll, we have Any Way You Want Me, in 1956 with 26%, which obviously means that Never Been to Spain was the most favourite of the Song of the Week for March, with over half the votes, 52%. There you go. Hi, Jake. How you doing? Yeah. So there you go. Fourth was Find Out What's Happening. Third, Thinking About You. Second, Any Way You Want Me. And first, Never Been to Spain, 52%. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, what am I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you that this Sunday's Song of the Week comes from 1972. Okay, 1972. We got another 70s one. Alrighty. Nicola Crippa. I know Nicola. She is a friend on Facebook from Milan, Italy. And she says first time on chat again. Yeah, don't forget, Nicola, if you can, remember to do it. Just click that bell after you've subscribed, and then you'll know every time I go live. It is free to visit the meditation garden from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Correct. Yeah. I did that. The very, very first morning I arrived. When we arrived in Memphis, it was something like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, so Graceland had closed. So I just walked over to the music gates, and I just kind of looked up at the mansion, as you do. And I was told later that I shouldn't have done that because I don't know. You shouldn't do that apparently after a certain time in Memphis. I don't know. Anybody heard the alternate takes of Give Me the Right? Yes, I have, Juan. Millie Kirkham hits even higher notes. Yeah, that could even be a Song of the Week one week. You never know. I've got a lot to go through. And I actually hope that you like some of my songs of the week. They're going to be more obscure ones, and if I can find alternate versions or alternate takes and things like that, that's what I'll do. I'll tell you go to. Actually, I post the link below on a Sunday about 5 or 10 minutes after the end of the show. I normally post the link, so you just have to click on it, and it takes you straight to the one I was talking about. Luana Hastings, can't wait until Sunday. Love your show, Steve. That's very kind. It's your show, not my show, and it's your channel as well. Right. So I can't really put this off any longer. I'm going to tell you who won the book, and I'm also going to give some honourable mentions to people that came in there and made a good fist of it, and actually, got a few questions right. In second place, with 5 correct answers over the month, 5 correct answers, was Jack Mullins. Okay, and in first place with a whopping 9 correct answers, okay, was Danny Hingley. Okay, so Danny Hingley, or as he is now known as Danny B-side, okay, because it was the B-sides that really, really swung it for him 2 weeks ago. He just swept the board. I couldn't believe it. But we've got honourable mentions to David Lunn. David got 3. Anna got 2. So, it's David Felton, Lee Ash, Scarza, Sparbara, Juan. If you're still watching, Juan, you got 1 right. Okay. The question you got right, Juan, was in which of the Elvis movies... No, in Elvis movies, what is the most common Christian name used for his character? And it was Mike. It Happened at the World's Fair, Fun in Acapulco, and Spin Out. Um, yeah, Ludan is saying well done, Jack, as well, because Jack came a very close second. There was there was no catching Danny really after that B-side week. Vincenzo says he's going to order that book on Amazon. So there you go. But that's what Danny's won. And Danny, if you're watching this, or if you're watching this on replay, that will be winging its way to you in the post tomorrow. Okay, so you should get that in a couple of days. Go, Danny, go, go, go. There you go. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the brand new video interview that's coming up in around about 30 minutes. So about quarter past the hour. It's what is it? It's 20 to the hour now. Is it nearly quarter to the hour? So about quarter past whatever hour it is with you, there will be a interview, and it's a two-parter. This is actually the first time I've ever done a two-parter. I know the Mike Stone one was in two parts, but at the time I didn't know it was going to be two parts because I just thought it was one part. I didn't even put part one on it. I just put Mike Stone interview, thinking that would be it. And then Mike contacted me and said he'd like to just clarify a few bits and pieces. But this one, I knew was going to be a two-parter because there was just so much information to get through. And it's with a lady called Judy Palmer Bendewald. And basically, she's from Spokane in Washington State. And she's been an Elvis fan since 1956. Now, there's Danny B-side. Danny B-side, this will be winging its way to you tomorrow. You won. Okay? 9. Swept the board. Yeah. Judy Palmer Bendewald, Spokane, Washington State. And as I said, she's been a Elvis fan since 1956. She met Elvis quite a few times. She first met him in 1968. She took photographs of Priscilla, Elvis, Lisa Marie coming through the gates early February, 6th of February, I think it was, she said. Quite good, clear photographs of Elvis sat in the back of the car with Lisa and Priscilla. She saw over 60, I think she said 70 shows actually. She saw Elvis live. About 10 shows just between January 70 and September 70. She last saw him in Spokane in April 1976. And you can actually hear a recording of that. They released it on Follow That Dream. It's called St. Louis and Spokane. And you can actually hear Judy getting her kiss right at the very, very beginning of Love Me. She was the first up to the stage edge when he started singing Love Me. And you can actually hear the smack of the kiss. So there you go. So listen out for that. If you haven't got the CD, it's available on YouTube. Just feed in Elvis St. Louis Spokane and it'll come up. What else was I going to say? Yeah, she published a book, My Treasured Memories of Elvis, in 2009. And it really does have some fantastic concert photographs in. Now, she does say that, that the other photographs were, the camera wasn't the best and all this and all that. It was quite a crude camera in the 60s. But once she got into the 70s and she actually studied photography, and she actually worked out a formula how to use her camera without flash to get good photographs and not get thrown out of the International Hotel, because obviously you couldn't take flash photography in Las Vegas in the International because you'd be ejected probably. It wasn't so bad on tour in the bigger places, but the 2,000-seater International they didn't allow flash photography. So there you go. I was going to say something else about her. No, I think that's it. I don't really want to give too much away. She was at the 1968 comeback special. I don't really like calling it comeback special, but a lot of people do call it a comeback special. She was at the taping, and she actually got very, very near the stage for the stand-up shows on the 29th. So there you go. I think that's kind of covered it. I also think that I have... Yes, I know, Nicola. Yeah, you met Elvis twice backstage. That's right. There's photographs as well of that. I think I have a contact number for Kurt Russell's agent. So I'm going to actually ring that tomorrow. It's on the West Coast. So I'd really need to be ringing from here about now, actually, about now this time during the day to get somebody. And I'm just going to be just straight up about it and say what I want to his agent, and tell him that it's obviously a non-profit organization. We just do it for the love of Elvis, for you. And would he come on and talk about Elvis? Now, I don't know. I might even get the phone put down on me. Who is this guy? Why is he ringing up? I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm actually going to ring Kurt Russell's agent and see what I can do. So what do you think of that? Would you be interested? Yeah, Arkansas Dave says awesome Kurt would be. He certainly would. I like Kurt. I've always liked Kurt. Not just for the Elvis not impersonation, the Elvis connection, but just, yeah, I agree. Pam BB, I missed this live chat. Do you? Good. Yeah, I agree, Chris. It is worth trying. I mean, the worst they can say is no. And I would imagine they probably will say no. And the simple reason they'll probably say no is because, they don't do things like this. They do the big chat shows and they do the high profile stuff. But to come on somewhere like this and just talk to the fans, I think would be nice. But, 3,000 miles to Graceland, yes. Yes, you're right, Robert. He always does talk good about Elvis. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to say. I'm looking at the reactions that are coming in there now, and I am actually going to say that all the fans that I have mentioned it to would absolutely love it if Kurt came on the show. Yeah, well, I mean, I must admit I have heard most of the stories that Kurt's told about Elvis. But then again, you never know. He might come up with something else. Yeah, you never know. Dave says that Kurt might surprise me. He might. You just never know. I've got another surprise, hopefully, that's going to come to fruition. And if this person says yes, it'll be great. It's not Anne Margaret. But there you go. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'll be girding my loins, as they say, and ringing Kurt Russell's agent. And I will... I'll tell you what I'll do, actually. I'll give you an update on what happened on Sunday. Okay, I'll just, I mean, whatever happens, it could just ring out. I don't know, or it could just be a kick him in the shin if you ever meet Kurt in person. Is right. It could just ring out, or I could just get a no, buddy. Not a chance. Yeah. We can sign a petition to get Kurt. Big trouble in Little China as a teenager. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Vincenzo, when can you call me? It'll be another few weeks away, actually. Steve, I think that John Carpenter's movie Elvis with Kurt Russell is the best movie on Elvis. No, Nicola, I would say it's probably the second best. The first best was definitely This Is Elvis. This is Elvis. Not Elvis related, but Kurt Russell was very, very good in John Carpenter's 1982 The Thing as well. I thought that was a great movie. A bit gory at times, but I thought it was a great movie. Yeah, Kurt tells a story about when Elvis arrived on the set for the first day when Kurt was there, and he the car came and all these hundreds of women sort of swamped the car, and Kurt said to himself, "This guy must be something special." Yes, he was. He certainly was. I don't know if anybody's heard any more news about Lisa Marie going to the COVID testing center. Maybe she wasn't having the test. Maybe it was the friend that she was accompanying. The thing is scary. Yeah, it is. It's a scary film, all right. Yeah, but yeah, Lindell says you can't beat This Is Elvis. I agree. It's very, very hard. Tango and Cash. Yeah, I could speak to Kurt about his other films as well, couldn't I? Right. Okay. He was into baseball, not movie stars. Oh, that's okay, Nicola. You can disagree. Yeah, you can say that This Is Elvis is not the best movie on Elvis. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this Baz Luhrmann one becomes the best Elvis movie. I've got to cross my fingers, but I don't know. Yeah, well, Earl, they kind of had to show that funeral, didn't they? Really, it was all part and parcel of it. I didn't see the repeat of The Man Who Shook Up the World. I'm waiting for part two, but there was no talk of it, according to Robert. Now, um, normally when they repeat the first part, it means that part two is just round the corner. But then, why didn't they mention it? Yeah, there is some accuracies in Elvis with Kurt Russell. He was not wearing jumpsuits in 1969. No, he wore the 1972 jumpsuit that Elvis wore in 1969, which is kind of odd, but there you go. Um, yeah, I mean, This Is Elvis was 1981. Things has moved on a lot since then. So the likelihood that the Baz Luhrmann biopic is going to be better than This Is Elvis, and This Is Elvis was good. Yeah, I mean, it is a documentary, not a Elvis movie per se, but it's a biopic, and to me, I know Nicola doesn't agree, but to me, it's the best Elvis biopic so far. Um, yeah, Chris, it's just called St. Louis and Spokane. You'll find it on uh, YouTube if you. It's a Follow That Dream one. Yeah, they kind of did it backwards, didn't they? They started with a funeral. You see, the thing, the thing is, Earl, is This Is Elvis was supposed to have been a flashback. Uh, you know. Yeah, there's Logan. Hi. Oh, right, Logan. Yeah, my favorite jumpsuit is the peacock, and my least favorite one is the gypsy. Thanks for the question, Logan. Very, very good. Yeah, that's another good point, actually, Bernadette. He wasn't singing Burning Love in 1969. Yeah, that's right. Colonel Parker won't be the technical advisor. Um, yeah, I mean, another thing that makes me hopeful for this Baz Luhrmann biopic is the fact that they've got somebody playing Steve Binder. Now, I've seen biopics, Elvis biopics, and Steve never even got a mention. Never mind, actually, a part in it. So yeah, Dacre Montgomery, I think, is playing Steve, and we've got so much to thank Steve for, haven't we? I think for various and obvious reasons why we've got to thank Steve. Yeah, that's right. Danny B side, the Peacock is on the Promised Land album. What else have we got here? I read the death of Elvis Presley. That's the one, Cole Thompson or somebody, isn't it? I think it is, but not what really happened. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a subheading. What really happened? The death of Elvis. Yeah, I think I've already got that, Vincenzo. So just to recap, I don't want to be on here too long because I'll crash my own video if I do that. So Danny Hingley won the March Fan of the Month competition, and he wins the A to Z of Elvis in frequently asked questions. That'll be winging its way to you tomorrow, Danny. I had a list of the poll as well for Song of the Week, and of course I put it down. I don't know where I put it now. I think I probably put it under. Oh, here it is. I thought I'd put it under Kurt Russell's telephone number. The poll for favorite Song of the Week for March was in reverse order. 6% in fourth was Find Out What's Happening. Third was 18% Thinking About You. Second, with 26% of the votes, was Any Way You Want Me from 1956. And the winner, by a long, long stretch, 52% of the votes, was Never Been to Spain. 52%. And I'll do that at the end of next month as well. The end of April, I'll ask you to vote for your favorite Song of the Week in April, because that's a really good idea. That actually surprised me. Actually, I would have thought that Thinking About You would have got second place, not Any Way You Want Me from 1956. There you go. Just goes to show. That's why it's good to do those polls, because they'll always surprise you a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention that in about 15 minutes, Judy Palmer Bendewald is going to be joining me on the show. I did the interview yesterday and edited it all up together today. Part 1, there's going to be part 2 as well. So I'll make a start on part 2 tomorrow and get it up next Wednesday maybe. And also I'll be trying to ring Kurt Russell's agent to get Kurt to come on the show, and I'll update you on Sunday how I got on. I think it'll be a bit of fun, if nothing else, to see how I get on. So Banjo Paul, Banjo Paul, thanks very much for the super chat. It's very appreciated. It'll go towards a few cups of coffee. And also, that's another thing that's just reminded me, actually, if you do like this content and you do want to show your appreciation, there's a link below in the comments box, and you can buy me a coffee or two. So until Sunday, hopefully when I'll tell you that Kurt Russell is coming on the show, take care of yourselves. Thanks very much for watching.